Hey, good morning, everybody. It's hump day. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my sisters. Good morning, my neighbors. Yes, yes, love you too. Man, I gotta be honest with you. 2023 has been a ride. This year has been a year, man. I guess the last year for me, it's been non-stop running, non-stop grinding, non-stop plans, non-stop manifestations. It's been a lot of non-stop things that's happening. And I think I'm at a point in my life. I've never been here before. So I don't have all the prerequisite knowledge for it. But from what I can tell, when the old people used to tell you back in the day, keep living, keep growing. So you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. And so I know how to work. I know how to be in relationship. But I tell you, this journey of this morning motivation, it is helping me to understand some areas where I've been kind of not showing up properly. And I was wondering why I wasn't getting some of the results that I had been looking for or anticipating. But now as I'm progressing, I'm starting to understand that I could have been doing so many things so much earlier in life. I could have had more success in the relationships so much earlier in life. But it's all a process. It's a process. So I just want to thank you for being part of that process. And so today, we're going to hop right into it today, man. We didn't quite wrap up yesterday talking about romance. And, we came on with all the, putting all the songs in the chat and our favorite love songs. And I forget who did it this morning. Who did it this morning? That chick, yo, it's my cousin, y'all. She said, when she saw the title, The Honeymoon is Over. And she said, back to life, back to reality. Yeah, that's what happens, man. When the honeymoon phase is over, we get back to reality. Why do we say that? Because I think people do realize what romance is. And I've been saying all week that romance is a couple different things. One of them is romance is that thing that keeps the society going, right? It comes from our lusts. It comes from our attachments to one another. It's what guys do in the space of I'm trying to get to know you. When you're trying to get somebody, you don't sit them down and interrogate them like some of our moms would do back in the day. That the hormones rush, stabilize. Yeah. But when you're trying to get to know somebody, you can't sit down and interrogate them. That don't work out too well because you can't trust what they say. But if you take them out, you make them feel good, you make them feel comfortable, you make them generally like you, right? Then you get to find out who they are. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not a long-term strategy. Because once I know you, what's the incentive now to keep doing all those things? Once I quote unquote got you, what's the incentive to keep doing all those things? It's like, ladies, when you are getting ready for the wedding, or you're out there and you know you in a very competitive dating market. You only have so many guys out in the space that are of your desired quality, but they like a certain look. What do? You're gonna hit that gym. You're gonna dress a certain way. You're gonna move in certain circles. But that's not sustainable. Well, some more actually it is. It's a lot more sustainable. But for a lot of people, depending on how you were cultured, remember that first programming, it's not so much, it's not super sustainable because it's not part of who you are. Now, some people learn to do that, but it's for a reason. It's not just gonna happen. And that's why most of us end up on that roller coaster. Y'all know the cycle. I don't want no more relationships. I don't need no relationships. I'm just going to love myself more. I'm going to go out and I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm going to build me. I'm going to get the bag. Guys and girls say it. We all say it. But then, when it's cold outside, girl, who are you holding? You start getting a little lonely sometimes. You get a little vulnerable some nights. You see couples and it sparks something in you. It's like, man, why can't I find my person? Then next thing you know, the guys that you were kind of like, nope, nope. Now you kind of entertaining just a little bit because, to have a date will be good. Yep. That's that roller coaster. And the roller coaster is great because, there is a dating phase. There is a romantic phase. There's even a love phase because romance and love, I keep saying, is not the same thing. Romance cannot be legislated, ladies and gentlemen. Romance cannot be legislated. You can't put romance on the clock. It becomes inauthentic. It doesn't mean as much. You don't get quite the same feeling that you once got. But after love comes the commitment. Because once you get to that love phase and you decide, man, I want to see how far we can go. I want to see how far we can take this thing. You choose to be with this person. That's that commitment. And so now y'all might move in together. Y'all might move in together. And fellas, let me tell y'all, for those who hadn't done it yet, it's different. Ladies, oh, it's different. In your mind, you see, we can spend more time together. Oh man, it's nothing like having some in-house, you know what I'm saying? But now you get to see that person every day. And because you see them every day, you don't date as much. And you're not dating as much because you're becoming more common to one another. You're settling into a routine. Hey, what can I say? What can I say, Kay? Is timing is a mug, right? Timing is a mug. But once y'all living together, now that absence ain't making the heart grow fonder no more. Because every time you turn around, they in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, eating up all the food. Every time you walk in the house, there's a pile of something that you didn't put there. Yeah, fellas, she was looking good on all them dates you took her out on. When you came by, the apartment looked great. But now that you live with her, oh man, you stepping over stuff you never thought you'd want to see. Oh, you seen all kind of things, fellas, that you didn't imagine was really going on behind the scenes. Mm. Brick by brick, said get to see a whole new side. Welcome back, my brother. Yes, sir. You see, this is the love phase. You see it now. And then you gotta decide, do I wanna go forward with this thing? Is it really real? What was I smoking? Oh, D Rob said, bonnet on and having brushed her hair. Mm. All I'm saying is once y'all move in together, things change, get a little different because the love, the romance has now matured into something else. It is matured. It has become a new thing. The relationship has grown. It has expanded because you can't stay in the dating phase forever. You can't stay in the honeymoon phase forever because if every day was a honeymoon, sooner or later you get tired of the honeymoon. You want something different because now that's common. Now that's the norm. Oh man, why we gotta go to Ruth Chris every weekend? Oh man, why we gotta I don't even like that restaurant no more. Oh, we going to the Bahamas again? I'm so sick of going to the Bahamas. Oh my God. Mm. What's better than first class? I'm tired of first class. First class is basic. You see, all these are first world problems I'm talking about right now. Oh, butt body, big t-shirt. Hey, talking call. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I think I done found somebody's zone right now. Yes, it did, Kay. It escalated really quickly. But that's what happened once you dating and you're in love and you decide to go to that next level and now you're living together. Oh yeah. All the secrets are out. Ladies, you really find out what he doing when he always late. You find out that he can't get off that doggone game. You find out that he has an addiction to, well, let's see, let's not say that. You just find out some things that you wasn't privy to before. The things you thought was cute, well, they ain't quite as cute no more, fellas. When she wake up in the morning, when she wake up in the morning, she actually got morning breath. Oh, what was that loud noise I heard while we were sleeping last night? I don't know what that was. I didn't know gas was a thing into women. I didn't know women had gas. You find out as soon as you get into a relationship, though. Not my baby though. My baby don't have that kind of stuff. She's immune to gas. I think I get out hers. But I'm just saying, when you're living together, you find out some things, and then ladies start saying, "Look, I'm not your mama," or "You ain't my daddy," right? Guys be like, "Bruh, why you stressing me? I'ma wash the dishes. Well, I'm be putting dishes in my sink." So now you having all those conversations that you had when you was back at your mama and your daddy house, snoring like a bear. Oh man. I don't snore. I don't snore. Now what I will say is I do breathe heavy because I'm so excited to be laying beside my wife. And so my heart is fluttering every night, all night. And so my breathing is a little heavy in appreciation of her. That's what it is. It's not snoring. It's not snoring. I promise you it's not. I can't even spell the word snore. I'm getting emotional. I'm not stopped up. Just wanna. But yeah, you're comfortable now. That's what I call it. You're living together. The fantasy is over. The fantasy is over. And now the real life begins. What do you do? What do you do now that the fantasy is over? Do you get off the ride? or do you go and take it to the next level and see what it's gonna be? What was that song? I think I run on, see what the end gonna be. You adjust your address, yeah. Look, all right. So, all right, we know we in life we go in cycles. We go in cycles. Certain things happen that we just keep watching happen over and over again, and we get tired of running to the same old hangout spots, meeting the same new people, because people are pretty much the same in general. Just we come in different varieties of it, right? We all want basically the same things. We all basically look for very similar things because it's cultural. It's cultural. But the thing that I was trying to say yesterday, and we didn't quite get a chance to finish, was that with relationship, I mean, with romance, you can't legislate it. You can't put romance. You can't put romance on the clock. You can't do that. So, what's the next phase after the honeymoon is over? When you get into that love phase and you make the decision, do I stay on this ride and go a little bit further, see what the end's gonna be? Or do I hop off this ride and go find me a new ride? Morning Health Talk. Do I go find me a new ride to get on? And that's what generally happens. We stay on this roller coaster searching for this feeling, right? Ladies, romance, and I hate to be the one to be the bearer of bad news, but romance is an addiction. It's a necessary chemical component in us that makes us want to explore each other. But once the relationship grows past that, we have to grow with it. Romance is not sustainable a long time. And I'm gonna explain to you why I say that. Because I know it goes against all the movies. That your yo said ain't no hopping off. Monique said, depends on how much time I put in. Ooh, that's a tricky one, Mo. That's a tricky one. Because some people, when they hit that 10-year mark, they said, we done put 10 years in this thing. Then they hit 20 years. Man, we done put 20 years in this thing. Man, I'd be dumb if I stop now. And then something happens around year 25 and they say, you know what? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Monique says, but are you teachable? And that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Being teachable. In order for somebody to teach you something, you have to respect what they offer, what they say, what they think, their expertise. How does a couple keep your relationship spicy or interesting? D Rob, my guy, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked because today we're actually going to talk about that exact topic. That exact topic. So as I go into there, I need to make one quick adjustment to some gear. Shouldn't take but a hot second. So I'm gonna drop a little chill vibe, and you probably gonna still hear me. I'm gonna talk a little bit. You probably still hear me, but I'm gonna drop my little chill vibe in there real quick, just to buy me a few seconds, because I don't want something happening. And while I do that, I'm not gonna just get up and just walk away. I'm gonna drop my waterfall in here. Just give me 1 second. Let me drop my waterfall in real quick. Be right back. All right, like I said, it wouldn't take but a hot second. I need to make one quick adjustment, and y'all know how this Zoom, this live streamer's life be. Never know what's happening below, right? Oh man! But while we taking this quick little intermission, if you haven't hit that like button on your way in, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's keep the engagement going. You guys are doing an amazing job with engagement. I've never had to really even ask for it. Monique says to D-Rob's question, how do you keep it spicy or interesting? Monique says, have adventures by traveling and doing things both parties like to do. Yeah. And see, those things can be legislated. Those things. Hey, that music vibing though. Yeah, I like it, man. It makes me feel like I'm really talking about something sometimes. But yeah. We're moving from a space. When you talk about adult love and adult relationships, one of the biggest things that I hear, and we talked about it the first day, routine kills romance. Because you got to pick and choose where you put your energy. And that's all romance is. It's a feeling. It's just a feeling. Health Talk says, keep the relationship spicy. Pick a topic that both of you enjoy and have an engaging conversation about it. Do alphabet dating. Start with A. You could go to the aquarium. Then B, maybe bowling. I like that. That's a long list to go through too. Yes, that's a long list to go through. It's literally endless. The things you can do to keep a relationship spicy. The things you can do. The only problem, however, is who's communicating that idea. Whose job is it to bring forth the ideas? Whose job is it to execute on the plan? And we find in most relationships, things don't happen because nobody wants to take the lead. Because, ladies, because you're so used to being wooed and pursued, and you sit back and you wait for your husband or your partner to pursue you and lead you and take you and show you and guide you. And in most cases, most guys don't have a problem with that. The problem is when your guy is not a people person. And when y'all started dating, he wasn't taking you to all, he wasn't doing all those things. Never been his makeup, never been his thing. He never was a what you would call a social butterfly. He's always been a homebody. And you knew that when you got with him, but now you would want him to be something different. Monique says women usually initiate. Sharon Regan says, be devoted into keeping one another a priority and experience activities that neither partner have experienced. That Chiyo says, you got to surprise him too. Always, Monique says, always be flirting. Yep, both. Okay, very, very good answers. You could do a lot in the house. Yeah, you can do a lot in the house. And so, here's the rub. Most of the people in this room have lived enough life to where they have experienced their first really good, great love and also their biggest heartbreak. Some of us have had multiple great loves, or what we thought was great loves, or at least multiple relationships that lasted for some time that didn't work. And over time, two things happen. You either develop a callus on your heart or you develop more stamina. And there's a thing that I've been talking about in this show for a long time called intention. You have to intentionally plan those things. Fellas, you can't leave it up to chance that your girl's gonna just when you get home, there's gonna be food ready. Or when you get home, she's gonna be wearing a negligee. Ladies, you can't leave it up to chance that he's gonna be creative and find some exciting place to take you this weekend. You can't just assume because he's the man or she's the woman that they're gonna do things according to this cultural dynamic. Fellas, every lady ain't trying to be out there getting the bag. They want your bag. Ladies, every man isn't oppressive and abusive. He's a simp. He's a sucker. He's well, point being, Rick says never stop making love. Not just in the physical sense. Yeah. So I have really a 7-point list, but we're gonna talk about 5 of them today. But what I want you to keep in mind, y'all some smart people, man. I love it. What I want you to keep in mind is the intention. It's the decision that you have to make. Every person that you're with, there's a new contract for that relationship. Most times it is unspoken. It is even unsaid most times. But the best relationships, there are clear boundaries. There are clear expectations. I said, my bag got a hole in it. Oh, nah, but you're a good brother. It ain't gonna have no hole on. Yeah, matter of fact, you find your good woman, she gonna help you stitch it up. Ain't that right? Who said that? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, yo? She can help you stitch that thing up. Because there are some traditional women in the world, fellas. Whether we see them or not, and the reason we don't see them is because the world isn't on that vibe right now. So they're hiding in plain sight. But there are some traditional women who would love to be home and take care and support and raise their families. Ladies, there are some men who could very easily be the breadwinner and still treat you like a queen, not have you feeling like a slave. There are some traditional people still out there that trust me, they are. There are. However, you have to know what you're looking for because the culture isn't on that vibe, and so it's easy to miss. You got to know what you want. But once you found that person, once you've decided that I want to be in a relationship with this person and I want to take it as far as it can go. Yes, he snores like a bear. Yes, she has this insatiable need to pile dishes in the sink. Yes, she rocking the bonnet. Oh, fellas, and I didn't tell you this, ladies, forgive me, but and I will say my wife is different on this note, and I'm pleasantly surprised that. But most of actually 99% of the relationships I've been in, with the exception of my wife, when my girl walk out that door, she look freaking amazing. Makeup is right, outfit is right, she's smelling good, and she go off to get it to the workforce every day. But when they come home, I get the bonnets, I get the relaxed fit underwear and not underwear, I'm sorry, joggers, and I get the grandmas too though, right? But I'm telling you though, my wife, I thought she was I thought she was setting your boy up when I first met her. Cause I'm like, she get up on a random, just on a Saturday morning. She's in the bathroom and she's making sure she look the same on Saturday as she did on Monday. And on Thursday it's Friday and it's Tuesday. It wasn't no game. This was who she was. And then I got nervous because I'm thinking, if she's this dedicated, she must be hiding some serious flaws. And so one day I said, babe, why don't you You don't just relax. You ain't gotta put no makeup on or nothing. I mean, she don't wear heavy makeup anyway. But I'm thinking she hiding something because she's making it's like a uniform for her. She makes sure she looks the same every day. She gained some weight. She did everything in her power, spent money, went on diets. I mean, did everything because she wanted to get back to where she was when I met her.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
No, no, you didn't trick me, girl.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
You didn't trick me. I tricked myself because I brought old experiences and old expectations to a new relationship. I didn't trust who you said you were because I couldn't because I've been hurt so many times before. But because I decided to stay on the ride, I got a chance to see that I was the one that was lying to myself. And then when she started going plain face on me, and I was like, if this is the worst it gonna get, hey, I'm good. I'm good. Why do I go through all that? Authenticity. Being who you are. People pay attention. They will love you, trust you, and respect you because of who you are. But what I will caution you is this: don't be a butthole for the sake of being a butthole. Oh, I forgot what that was called. Raising the roof, yeah. I'm sitting down too. I would have did a little something else, but because I'm sitting, that's all I could do was in this little box. But some people they think just because you can accept them for who they are, that gives them license to be more of that. Ma'am, sir, we got limits. We love you. We accept you. But don't push those boundaries with us. Give us some grace too. See, this is the roller coaster. The roller coaster. And everybody get tired of doing that thing. Everybody get tired of meeting people, heartbreak, getting lied to, getting cheated on, getting stepped on, we get tired of all that stuff and we just want our person. But then we get our person and we realize that they're human. Once the romance is gone, we realize they just as flawed as we are. That pedestal that you put them on, yeah, you might as well go knock them off of that now. Because they are who they say they are without saying who they are. I have a saying that with my wife. I don't trust words a lot, but I'm real big on actions. So I'll hear what you say. I'll hear what you say. I'll listen and I'll believe what you say. But if your actions don't bag it up, I'm going to believe your actions way more than I'm going to believe your words. I don't like hearsay. I don't like secondhand information because every time somebody tells me something somebody else said, they put their own little perspective onto it. They put their own little spin on it. And now they either made it bigger or less than what it actually was. And now, you know what? I hear you. I'll take a note of that. But I'd rather hear it from the source if it applies to me. If it don't apply to me, I don't even really care. It's the actions for me too. So here's my list. How to keep it spicy. And the thing is, it's not even keep it spicy first. What replaces romance? Connection. Drop a bomb on that one. It's connection that replaces romance. When your relationship matures, when you get to a space where it's no longer, what the old folks say, you living off love. Now this person is actually ticking you off and you don't want to talk to them for a day or two, but you still love them. You ain't going too far. You're going to the other side of the house, other side of the room. You still love them, but they done got on your last nerve. So now the romance is officially over. And now we're going to head into the space what we call connection. Romance, I truly believe, is an addiction that we continuously seek. Mostly ladies, y'all seek that because the culture paints that it's the thing. The being wine, then the dine, then the flowers and the candy. Not saying that all that stuff can't still happen, but there's a certain feeling that's attached to it that makes women feel a way. I'm not sure what that feeling is because I'm not a woman. I've just been the one who had to do all those things. And I can attest to this. How I feel when I'm doing it in the beginning, there's a higher degree placed on it than it does if I did it right now. But when I go to the store and I buy my wife flowers, I take pride in buying the flowers. I take pride in looking through, finding the ones I know she likes. I take pride in that. Now, do I get the warm and fuzzies and the nerve? Oh, I hope she like them. No, because I already know she like them. I just want to get the ones I know that's going to last so she can enjoy them even longer. And what my wife does trips me out, man. She'll get home and she'll start trimming these flowers up, putting them in the vase, and put the little plant food in there and just sit them by the window and let them open up. And then she'll take them to work. She'll put them in a box, put them in her front seat, and drive it to work so she can see it at her desk. Maybe walk around just like, yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. But for me, it's not romance. It's because I know who my wife is now. And so I want to connect with her. I want to stay connected with her. So I buy her flowers. I open her door because she likes that kind of stuff. To her, maybe she still gets that warm and fuzzy when I do it. But I can tell some days this is like, oh, thank you. And some days it's just like, please hurry up. It's no romance on those hurry up days, but the connection is still there. The connection is still there. All right, so number 1, make each other laugh. Comedy is, a sense of humor is, the ability to laugh is essential to any relationship. It's one of the foundational building blocks. And it ain't got to be nothing crazy. When I'm on social media, Monique said, we just want y'all to be intentional because it's the thought. Learn who we are. It doesn't take much for most of us. That what y'all be saying, Monique. That what y'all be saying until we start doing it. Then it's, why can't we do this too? We're just like, okay, all right, we can do that too. Oh, how about this? Wait a minute now. Hold on. Oh man. That made me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah. So it ain't got to be nothing like super crazy. I'll save stuff on my phone from social media, things that I found funny, and we'll just lay in bed at night. We'll lay in bed at night and we'll just scroll through my saved videos. There you go, baby steps. Baby steps. We'll scroll through the videos and we'll just laugh. And I would save stuff that I know she likes. She loved all the talking animal or the voiceover animal videos. So I'll save those. She like, well, I ain't gonna tell you everything she like, but she likes stuff that I save. And we sit there and we'll laugh for 20, 30 minutes before we even go to bed. So that is not how we sound. Oh man, yeah, it is. I think I'm pretty spot on with that one. I think that's pretty accurate. But we laugh together. We find moments where we see one of the kids doing something and it's funny and we'll talk about it. We'll make jokes of it. You already know my personality. I'm a little bit of a jokester anyway. But the one thing that is hard to do, it's hard for her to stay mad at me after we've laughed. It's hard not to have a conversation after we've laughed. I used to have this saying when we first got together and we were going through that breaking phase when she was breaking the rough pieces off me and I was breaking the rough pieces off of her and we were learning to fit together. Because it's a hard process. Now you with this person every day. When you with this person every day, and now they're trying to change who you are, and you feel like they're trying to change you, but it's not them trying to change you, it's you feeling the unction that you need to change. And that's hard. Because you know, if you want to be with this person whom you do love, you got to make some adjustments. And that's hard. And so now you take that emotion and you put it off on your partner. That person is just simply telling you, this is what I expect. This makes sense. I'm not saying it's required, it's a deal breaker. But what I'm saying is I expect this. This is the kind of treatment that I'm used to. This is the treatment that I'm not used to. If you want to be by yourself, then go be by yourself. But you can't be single in a relationship. If we're in a relationship, then we need to be in a relationship. And I'm saying that because I've heard all those words previously, not this relationship. I mean, I heard you better stop packing bags because, you know, I get mad and pack a bag in a minute. But I don't pack bags no more because that's an expectation, which means I had to grow past the point where I wanted to pack the bag and had to face the thing I was trying to run from. You know, those trust issues. I don't need nobody. Relationships are hard. It's one of the hardest things you're ever going to do. Because if you do it right, it's for life. And you don't think over 40, 50 years you're going to have a lot of challenges? You can go through a lot of stuff, heartbreak, disappointment. But you can't quit because she cheated. And I know that's hard. Fellas, I know that's hard. But if you truly love this person, you would do your best to see it through. Ladies, you can't quit just because he cheated. It's no secret. Men cheat until they don't. Until they don't. It's like expecting the fish not to breathe underwater for a man in his 20s, early teens or late teens. You know how much testosterone is flowing through this man's system? Every time he let loose, he can make 100 babies. Monique said, I packed my whole car. And then I realized I'm married now. Yeah. It's like we expect people to be perfect. We expect people to go against their natures immediately. But it takes time. And I'll be transparent. I have no desire to step out on my wife. I have no desire. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to say I never will. Because I don't know the future. And every time, I promise you, every time I said the word I'd never do something, so I don't even use the word no more. Never. I just say I have no plans on it. I put myself in situations to where it is not even a reality for me. Because I know I'm human. I know I'm fallible. I used to be a hunter. I know. But I'm good now. I don't want nothing else. I'm good. I'm happy. But I'm also human. I'm also human. And every day is not going to be a sunny day. So working on connection is what strengthens those weak points. So the laughs that we're just talking about, laugh together. Oh, man. Oh, I see it. Yes, I'm very happy now. I'm very happy now. 2, setting the atmosphere. Setting the atmosphere. And what does setting the atmosphere mean? That's primarily, man, ladies, if you are feeling like you kind of in the mood, or you want to get him thinking that way, then what's wrong with going downstairs or go to wherever your kitchen is, putting on some of that love and happiness, some of that smooth R&B, some of his era of love music while you cooking, and something a little, little nice to look at. Setting the atmosphere. You ain't said a word. Pouring him a little glass of wine while he watching the game, or fixing him a nice little drink while he doing whatever he doing. Setting the atmosphere. Fellas, coming home with the flowers. Some new fragrances. Setting the atmosphere. You ain't got to say a word most of the time, because y'all together for a reason. Y'all know. Okay, yeah. You know. You already know. But it's just setting the atmosphere. It's prepping the mind. You planting seeds in soil in somebody's mind. That's all you're doing. That's connection. Number 3, hug and kiss on purpose. Oh yeah, we keep the Tylenol wipes on deck. Sorry, the Lysol wipe. We keep the Lysol wipes on deck. Too easy. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because after you've been together for a little while, things change. You both may have picked up a few pounds. Your hairline, fellas, start going backwards a little bit on you. Ladies, your hair thinning a little bit. You go through hormonal changes. Sometimes you just ain't feeling certain things. You're going through stressful times. But that connection is still what sustains you. That interconnected with one another. So we talked about being able to laugh together. We talked about setting the atmosphere. Now we're talking about hugs and kisses on purpose. Yeah, that Tylenol white boy, it soothes the pain much faster. And I'm not old. I don't know what you talking about, girl. I mean, you told me last night you was 22, so I don't know what you talking about. And what I mean by hugs, I don't mean that little peck on that little before you go out the door. I'm talking about an intentional hug and a kiss. I would say at minimum, when you hug your partner, 10 to 15 seconds. It need to be an intimate hug. Because everybody that hugged them throughout the day gives them that little quick 1 second church hug. Don't forget the booty slap. Oh man. It's amazing how all guys want to do is slap that thing and y'all run from us. And then when y'all get us, or when we get y'all, or however y'all want to say, when we get each other, when we don't slap it, you're mad. When we do slap it, you're mad. It's like, can y'all make up y'all mind? Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, hugs and kisses. Let me get out of this chat real quick. Hug and kiss on purpose. That hug should be to the point where it's either a little uncomfortable or a little arousing. And if it's uncomfortable, that's how you know you and your feelings about something. If it's arousing, oh, you just setting the atmosphere. Setting the atmosphere. Kiss. Don't just, if you gonna peck like 5-6 times. Or go and get you a good strong 5-second kiss in. Slip a little in there. Slip a little language in there. A little foreign language in there. Both hands. Yeah, sometime, man, shoot. My wife be trying to, she be doing stuff, and I be watching that little wagon she dragging. I had to help her, had to put both hands and help her get up the stairs sometime. Matter of fact, man, she be putting milk in the refrigerator. Oh, let me help you out with that real quick. I ain't touching no milk. Sometimes you got to do that. That there you go, Toronto Riggins. To feel the salute. Look back at it, it is crazy. That's why I had to change the subject and move on. Hey, we're gonna keep the little red chick out of the comments though. Oh, it's heavy. It is. But also, and this is so underrated, but it is love. Physical contact. Physical contact while you not while you sleep, but before you go to sleep. Going to sleep connected. I told y'all before, even if she mad at me and I'm mad at her, we got a king size bed. So if you don't want to be bothered with the person that's across from you, you can scoot all the way over. All the way over. And they can reach out and not be able to touch you. Especially us. We ain't the biggest people. However, there's been days when I done this and she ain't been there because she hot with me. But I'm gonna slide over. Matter of fact, one day I was in the middle of the bed and I still couldn't touch her. That's how she was hugging the edge of that thing, and she didn't want me to touch her that night. She was making a protest. Well, I'm like, well, you ain't got to touch me back, but I'm gonna touch you. So I got over to her side of the bed just to put my hand on the small of her back, and I fell asleep. And then some nights when I don't want to be bothered, man, that doggone wagon be, I heard that caboose be choo choo. She's bagging up. I'm just like, how far she gonna come over? And when I wake up in the morning, her butt be on my neck. Physical contact when you go to sleep, man. I'm telling you, that's connection. That's connection. That's what you need to replace the feelings of the romance. Because romance is an addiction. And we're always chasing that first hit, ladies especially. You're always chasing that first hit of romance that you got when y'all was dating. Girl, you look good, won't you back that thing up? That is an underrated thing for a lot of people. Even if fellas, even if she's snoring like a bear, man, because you know ladies snore more than guys. But even if she's snoring like a bear, you reach over there and you just rub a thigh, then fall asleep. And then when you fall asleep, you can move it off. But go to sleep connected. The fifth thing on my list is eat together and talk. Eat together and talk. It kind of goes without saying, but so many people don't. Because some people eat before they get home, and when they get home, they go straight to work, or they'll go do the all lies. They'll go to the gym, and the thing is, you giving your energy to everybody else, to your job, to the gym, to the kids, to your friends, your sisters, your brothers. But then you come home to your partner, the person that you said, I think I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, or I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with this person. But you don't want to give them anything because you're tired. No, kill that noise. You ain't tired. You ain't tired. It's going to be the person that might have to wipe your butt one day and you can have a conversation with them. This is going to be the person that you promise in sickness and in health, for rich or for poor. But you too tired to have a conversation? Me and my wife have sat in a room for hours because one of us was in our feelings until the other one warmed up. We had to learn not to get an attitude with the other person though. Because guess what? We realized this person come home ain't mad with me. Something happened at work. Something happened during that day. And they're not wanting to share it just yet. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to ask them, are you okay? Then you want to talk about it? No, you good? Okay. Now I'm going to be polite. Let me make you some food real quick. Okay, cool. Let me go get your heating pad for you. I'm gonna do nice things. I'm gonna let you unwind on your own. But we're gonna talk. And most times we're gonna talk while we eat. We're gonna break away from the workstation. Come cook with me. That's what I'm talking about. Eat together and talk. Now, it's two things I did not mention, and that's normally the first two things that people say. Have more date nights, and we're gonna have relation. We're gonna have relation. We're gonna have relation. Because those are the two things that are associated with the romance side of it. When you're talking about a long-term relationship, there's going to be periods where there's going to be periods when you can't get enough of each other. And then there's going to be periods that you not really feeling each other like that. And so you might still do it, but it's reluctant, which means it's not good. And then there's going to be periods where you physically can't. And so outside of the dating, outside of the sex, there needs to be other points of connection. And we talked about 5 today. Because some people have traumas around parts of relationships, and they may need time to work through them. Some people have addictions that need to be sorted out. Like somebody might have a gambling addiction. Somebody might have a drug addiction that they've been struggling with. Some people have an eating addiction. They can't put the fried chicken down. Sir, walk away from the brownie. And so when you go from or as we said, romance is an addiction. And as we withdraw from our addictions, we either pick up new things or we make adjustments. Some people ignore. And so let me ask this final question. When you get to that space where you know that, okay, some things have to change. The honeymoon is over. I'm not getting romance like I once did. Or fellas, we're not getting the what we said back in the 90s. We're not getting the what? Oh, we're not hitting the skins like we want to. Damn, that's an old term, right? And I said it loud too. Yeah, oh yeah, Monique, definitely. The family upbringing matters as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen. And so this is normally what happens when people get on that roller coaster and they get to that point where it starts to get hard. When the romance is gone and the love. Tron Rodriguez says having the capacity to work through life changes to make the relationship better. Exactly. But what happens most times is one or three things. We complain about it. Well, you don't do this no more. Well, this what you did when you was dating me. Why you ain't doing it no more? We ignore it, meaning we suppress that urge or the feeling for it, or we just get busy doing other things, but we're not dealing with it. Or 3, we find it elsewhere, meaning we break up and go find it elsewhere, or we in a relationship and we find it elsewhere. But the one thing most people don't do is endure it. We had somewhere around a 50% divorce rate with marriage. Shoot, I think it's like 70% with second marriages. It's ridiculous. Because people don't want to endure the hard times. But it's the hard times that solidifies the relationship. My wife and I, we've been together for roughly 7 years, married 1. Going to be 7 years is coming up here. But we've been married for a little bit, just over a year. And in the 5 years of dating, we got some stories. We've both walked away a couple of times. Me probably more than her. because she knows she's found a good thing. Early. Took me a little while because of because of my upbringing, my trust issues. I didn't really put stock in people, which is kind of an oxymoron when you think about it. I love people, but everybody that I love was it was so hard to trust. And so we endured so many things, and some of them were self-inflicted, and some of them we had no control over. But we made the decision to keep going. We made the decision to trust each other. And so we may not have a perfect relationship, but we're building a great relationship because it will never be perfect, but we're building a great one. And there's some hard hurdles still yet to jump over. But if she's on my team and I'm on her team, we're going to figure it out. It's not going to get too tough where I'm going to look at her and say she's not worth it anymore. Why? Because she provides so much value to my life. I couldn't see myself doing some of the things that I do if it wasn't for her. And because of that, I try to make it my mission to be whatever she needs me to be, to give her whatever she needs, whatever she wants, whatever she desires, to provide at a level and protect at a level that I've never been able to do in my life. And the thing about it, when you get that focused on a relationship and that other person is as focused on the relationship, when you guys are connected and you are connecting, you become a version of yourself that nobody's ever seen, and people will think it's fake. People will think this person has you brainwashed. But it's been 7 years, and if I'm still brainwashed after 7 years, take me now. But no, it's real. It's real. But the idea of it being easy, that's unrealistic. That's very unrealistic. And the thing is, man, everybody out here, we want the same stuff. We want the same stuff. We really do. We just don't know what we want within the stuff. We don't know what our boundaries are. We don't even know who we are because we're so busy. We were born an original and we're killing ourselves every day to be a copy of somebody else. That's the culture, not us in general, but the culture. Not the people in this room, but the culture. The culture tries to group all of us into this one thing when we could be, oh my God. What's the word, ladies? What's that phrase? What's that famous phrase? Don't have me out here looking stupid. Oh man. Don't have me out here looking stupid. I used to ask questions like, to who? Who care that much about us that they gonna think anything? Nobody care. Nobody cares. But anyway, I digress. All right. So today we've talked about connection. I wasn't trying to kill the idea of romance, but romance is an addiction. Yes, you had yourself looking stupid. Look, I had a homeboy tell me one time, and that was the truest thing ever. He said, bruh, because when you a single man, you do sometimes talk about your body count a little bit more than you should. You compare notes with your friends. He was like, bruh, you know what sucks now? He said, the fact that I'm married, and it's like, I still had this urge to kind of to mess with other chicks. He was like, but if I do, then who am I tell? I can't come tell y'all because y'all gonna look at me like I'm stupid. He said, and the crazy part is I feel stupid trying to tell you that I'm cheating on my wife. Yo, that when I heard that, because I had never thought about it in those terms. And I was like, you know what? That is something, yeah. That is something else. That's a different feeling. That's a different maturity. Because that says that the circle that you're in, everybody's married. Now, if you're single, the single dude, he probably clap for you because he want to hit your wife too. So he'll probably clap for you and hope a break up so she can come around his shoulder. But your married friends, yeah, you don't want to go tell your friend that you over there doing something over here. Because if they really your friend, they're not gonna really co-sign that. They might back away from you. They might be like, bro, come on, come on, bro. I mean, they might chastise you a little bit, but because y'all cool, you'll be like, bro, all right, bro, it's your life, bro, but you got a good one. Yeah, man, I know, man. Stay out of my business. All right, I'm out of it. I'm out of it. I'm out of it. Then I'm just slowly back away. Slowly back away. Oh man. But yeah, so matter of fact, what addiction? Addiction is when you have a strong physical or psychological need or urge to do something or use something. That's an addiction. There's a strong physical or psychological need, a need that is super strong, psychological, mental, and physical. You go through withdrawals if you don't get it. And that's what we see a lot of times in our culture, people going through withdrawals because the relationship has changed, it has matured. I want that old feeling back. I don't want this new feeling. But what's a connection? A connection is a relationship in which a person, thing, or idea is linked or associated with something else. The connection is the glue. The connection may not have the same romantic feelings, but it has a stronger bond. Because when you're connected, your person, your partner, becomes not just your partner anymore. They also become your friend, or they become your friend again. You know, when a man loves a woman, he wants to protect. He wants to protect her. He lays claim to her. She lays claim to him. You claim each other. But somewhere in the claiming, you forget to be friends. And that's what connection does. Connection draws out the fake and builds the real. That's connection. But there's a bunch of people out there, man. They're out there trying to figure life out, and they keep on that roller coaster. They stay on that roller coaster, and every 6 months, this is them. I'm so sick of this. I just want to find my person. Girl, I can do better all by myself. I don't need no man. I don't need no woman, man. These women out here, they scandalous, bro. But the only reason we feel a way about it is because we deep down crave companionship. We crave that partnership. So what you got to ask yourself is, yeah, that's the ugly cry. That's how they cry when they go home at night and they by themselves again. Again. But what we got to ask ourselves is this. Are we willing to be broken? To be in a relationship? Because you have to. You have to fit into whatever relationship you're in, which means you can't take everything. You can't take everything that you are into this relationship because it's going to be toxic. You can't expect the person to accept your worst all the time. So you got to be willing to be broken to change that. And you got to break yourself. That's change. But in the breaking, because you both have to do it. In the breaking, though, that's where connection helps. That's where building that bridge. That's what building that bridge. Oh yeah, I ain't played this before, y'all.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Y'all remember Sweet Brown?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. You are talking all that mess. I don't need no man.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yep. Y'all remember Sweet Brown. But yeah, so in the end, when it truly comes down to it, the one thing that we all want, the one thing that we all need is companionship. It's coded in our DNA. Nobody truly wants to be alone. Nobody wants to grow old by themselves. The world is not a friendly place for old people. You pushed aside. You don't make as much money. People relegate you. And if you have nobody in your corner going through all of that, life is tough. That's why most single guys die early. Because they try to live their life too long. Try to do things too long. And they don't have nobody to pull their coat to. Hey, boy, if you don't give it, sit your butt down. But anyway, y'all. Yep. Life is hard, man. It has some very treacherous moments. And we pick up traumas along the way. But finding the right person, the one you can actually let your hair down with, the one who accepts you for all the flaws, it gives you something to fight for. It makes life a little bit sweeter. Because guess what? Nobody is perfect. We all have flaws. We all have things we wish we could not be, we could undo in ourselves, but they're there. For whatever reason, they're there. But when you get into a relationship, when you get past all of the whining and the dying and the fuzzy feelings and it becomes real again, now y'all living together. You smell her morning breath. You see his dirty drawers everywhere. And the little things start to chip away at the whole. What do you have to stand on? What's going to keep you going? It's the connection. It's the glue. But it's also the decision that you have to make. So that's what we've been talking about this week, man. These relationships, man, and why they end so soon. Yes, with people who are actually in your corner, Monique. That's right. Because everybody that said they for you really ain't for you. And I think we all know that. We just hope that it's true. We can make it true. But people will be in your corner when you connect with them. And that's any relationship. This week, we're just talking about those interpersonal ones. So what's the takeaway? It's Wednesday, it's hump day. It's another day to go out there and get it right. So I would say this. In all you do, get understanding, right? But no, true story. Understand why you are where you are. Why are you doing this? Why are you on this job? Why are you with this person? Does the job serve you? Is the person good for you? Because every moment you spend doing things you don't want to be doing, you're prolonging the time it's going to take to do what you really want to do. So either get comfortable in your insecurities and stay where you don't want to be, or grow, become the person you're supposed to be, and go live the life that you were destined to live. And that's my word for today, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.